You are invited to today's mystery card making event. How do you participate? All the measurements are in the description section. So just prepare your pieces and craft along with me today. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun and I think you'll enjoy it. Hi, I'm Dawn, creator of DD Creates Crafts, and this is the channel you've been looking for if you want simple, duplicatable cards that you'll just enjoy making over and over again. Are you ready to create some crafts and make our mystery card? Let me turn you down and we'll get started. Now you may be asking me or yourself, what is a mystery card? It's where we make a card together, but you're not going to know what it looks like. So I'm going to get started. It's a lot of fun, you guys. All right, for your base, it's going to be 8.5 by 5.5. Fold your base in half or score it at 4 1/4. And this is our base. I used white. You can use any color you want. Just make sure the colors look good together, like my black and white and red, or they color coordinate with your designer series paper. In this case, for my card, I am using black and white, and red will be my Papa color. So if you have, say, a print floral, then what I want you to do is just color coordinate. Let's just pretend this is the print paper you chose, the Daffodil Afternoon. Maybe your base, like mine, would be like an ivory color, and then say the layer could be green, you could make it gold, what have you. But color coordinate your base, the solid color layer, and your designer series paper all together. All right, so we've got our base put aside. So for the layer, our next layer, we're gonna cut it at 5 1/4 by 4. And like I said, let me line up my 5 1/4. This needs to at least coordinate with your designer series paper, which is your patterned paper. So solid color 4 inches is my next, all right? So that layer will eventually go right on top of the base. Now comes your designer series paper, your print pattern paper. This particular set that I'm using, the Gather Together, is 6 by 6. But if you have 12 by 12, that's okay too. The main thing is to cut it down to 5 and 3 3/4. So let's do it. I think I'm gonna use this side, not that it matters with cutting, but I just want you to see just exactly what I'm doing. So 5 by 3 3/4. Now, you can do one of two things. Let me see, because we're gonna need a strip of designer series paper, and that is 1 inch. Okay, so let me put this one aside, that'll fit. Let me look here. Our strip needs to be 5 inches by 1 inch. So the strip we cut off, this previous layer, is 1 inch, but let's make it 5 inches. And I'm gonna show you why. Because we're gonna decorate with this strip, but if you wanna make sure your pieces coordinate, just use the back, flip it over, and now you've got your nice coordinating piece. Now for me, it was a little much too white on white, so I am gonna change this out, but to keep it simple for yourself, and if your pattern paper allows, just flip it over. I'm gonna go a little darker, because I just want it to pop. So let me cut this down to the 5 inches, my little strip. 5 inches by 1 inch is what we're doing. All right, and I'm getting all past my usual routine. Your base is step 1. Cutting the second layer is step 2. Cutting your designer series paper is step 3. And then cutting the strip is also step 3. So now I'm up to step 4 and I got myself back on track. Oh my goodness. I get excited sometimes and rush ahead. So what we want to do first is step 4. We're going to adhere the designer series paper to the layer, our solid color layer. All right, so you know how I glue. I start out towards the middle and I bring it in towards the corners because the blob then won't be on the edge of our paper. And we'll, with the tip of our glue, just kind of, I was gonna say steer the glue, but blend the glue and move it around. But when you first squeeze the bottle, don't start at the edge because that's when your first larger blob, for lack of a better word, and to make you laugh, will pop out. So I'm gonna flip. Did I put some down there? Let me put a little more down there. I can barely see it. Okay. And I like There I go. Glue, because it's movable. Pretend I had put that down kind of crooked from the get-go. I can wiggle it a little before the glue dries and just get it nice and in place. So next I'm going to adhere down. Let me see. Yes, step 5 is to adhere our 5x1 strip into the middle of all our layers. So you've got your 5 by 1 inch strip. I'm adding the glue. And I'm gonna just eyeball the middle. 1, 2, yes. I gotta eyeball it. I was gonna count my squares, but they're not even cut, you know what I mean, right on the little grid. That is my pattern. All right, so we now adhered this. This is our step 5. And I did wanna tell you about sale abrasion. I've mentioned this in a couple other videos, but you get free stuff when you order with me but by February 28th. That's when this sale ends. Let me show you some of the pretty stuff you can get for free. You can get the rainbow paper. You can get the flower daffodil delight paper. You can get, it's called Marvelous, looks like marble paper. You can get a stamp set of this little girl who catches butterflies or hearts. You can get an otter stamp set. So you get to choose what you get for free with this particular sale that actually ends February 28th. And with each increment of 50 or more, you get some free stuff. So on that note, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you don't already have a demonstrator, I am asking you to order with me and pick me as your demonstrator. I would love to help you with your crafty needs. Now, let's get started and continue with step 6. We are gonna die cut, and I die cut this label from Stitch So Sweetly Dies. You can see there's 2 different shapes with different sizes of each shape. Now, if you don't have these particular dies, one, I want you to order them because this is gonna be a staple in your crafting toolkit, but you're gonna see I use these on almost every card I make. Now, I want you to, I was gonna share, if you don't have these labels right now, because I know you're gonna want them, instead cut a 4x3 rectangle, just a plain Jane rectangle, and that'll work just as well. Now, part of step 6 is to cut a second rectangle in white, and this is I'm gonna put it in here, but you are too. We're gonna insert it, adhere it down into the first rectangle. So your second rectangle, if you're not don't yet have these labels, your second label is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And to cut this out is your step 7. And I did use white. You could use light, like pretend your base is I would match this. I stopped myself mid-sentence. I would match this with the base because this is what we're gonna do our stamping on, this white piece. So we've got our layer, and we're gonna, let's see, let's do our stamping first, and then we'll adhere our layer down to these layers. But let's see, we just cut the second rectangle in white, so let's do us a little stamping. There it is. I'm gonna bring over my Stamparatus, and I've got some black ink and some red. Now, I want you to comment below if you want to participate in more mystery card making events like this one. Do you want me to do some more? Do you want me to do them once a month? Do you want me to do them pretty regular? Did you participate? Are you having fun with it? The main thing is just let me know. Would you like me to do more of these? It's really a free class. Except it's a mystery what you're gonna make. When I do my introduction, it's important to me to show you what we're making because that's important to me when I look at somebody's videos. I wanna know what we're making. Ooh, that came out good, you guys, the first time. Little bitty bit right there. I need a little more ink. So that's that bottom flower. The Stamparatus that I'm using, I ordered when I was a relatively new stamper because I wasn't real confident in my stamping. Okay, there, I'm getting a little more ink. And this helped me gain my confidence. And it also, if you do a lot of multiple cards, like 10 of each card, it allows you to do that because look, your stamps don't move once you set them up. And you just raise and lower to get everything exactly where you want it. So I'm going to put this aside for now. I wanted to share that with you, the Stamparatus. And the price point is great. It's less than brand X that is on the market and is really, and it is really, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to adhere this down. So let me see, step 8 was our stamping. You can do flowers. I did some flowers. You could do a different set. Like if you wanted something big or you wanted just flowers, no sentiment on the outside, you could do that too. So step 8 is stamping, but stamp what you have already at home. What I used for stamping, and you're gonna see a little more of it, was a sentiment from Hello Ladybug. She's precious. In the bundle, she comes with her own stamp. Punch. What? So precious, precious. And I'll show you how I'm gonna use her more in a little bitty bit. For now, we are going on to step 8 where we adhere down. Step 8 is stamping and step 8 is go ahead and adhere it down. Sometimes I combine things on our steps that are working with the same layer or same piece. I just feel like it feels less, like we have less steps and like it would be a lot less difficult. Too many steps, it's like, gosh, that's a busy card, or that's going to take too long to make. And that's not necessarily true at all. All right, so the label we're going to pop up with dimensionals. So get out your little foam square dimensionals. These are diagonals. Diagonals? Like stop sign? Hexagons, I think. But this looks cuter because we've got everything else flat. It looks really cute when you have one little bitty element popped up. And that's what I mean by popped up, is just we're gonna raise the layer up just a little bitty bit above the base, above the layers, and you get just a mild shadow effect, which in turn, so eyeball this as well, you guys. And you can see, just looking at it flat, it does give a little elevation, and there's a shadow. And let me show you the side of it if you've never used dimensionals before. Okay, so our next step, that was step 9. So step 10, we're gonna decorate. And I did tie us a bow. And I have under the Tuesday playlist how to make this double loop bow. So I think it's called Get Loopy, but look under the playlist called the Tuesday Tips. And I want you to, if you're interested in this bow, to watch that video. It's kind of a short video, but it also shows us how to make 2 different bows, this being one of them. Why is it not picking up? These don't feel real sticky, but I wonder if I got them, played with them too much and got them unsticky, you know? All right, let me pick it up with my finger. Hey, everything's flying. Here we go. And I'm gonna put that right beside my, my popped up guy, because I feel like if I put it on top of, it raises it even more. This will lay pretty darn flat. So I believe, and I'll experiment, it could go with one stamp. And then decorating, I promised you the ladybugs, and that's why I went to with my red and white. One, it's a bold color, 3 bold colors, but stinking cute. We could put 2 ladybugs, we could put just 1. You could put something else. You don't have to decorate. I think I'll do the big one. I just like the way that looks. And the gingham ribbon, I'll have the order for that down in the description section. And this beautiful black and white paper, I'll have a link for that as well. Because if you fall in love with everything, or even the Stamparatus, you're going to get some free stuff with your order from me and the company. Because did you know you can get free stuff from me too when you order? What I do, let me get us some pearls. These pearls are a free gift from me to you next month when you order in February. Now, what I'm gonna do, you'll see with another video, I don't know which day, because I'm gonna do a bunch of videos, because this is our weekend binge watching Dee Dee Creates Craft Marathon. Isn't that a hoot?
Now that would be cute to do the centers of the flowers. I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm like, what? That'd be so cute. I tend to like to use my little pearls or bling to emphasize the sentiment and maybe even the little guy we're decorating. I think I do like it there, you guys. One time I watched one of my own videos back and I was going to place the bling and I'm talking to myself going, put it there, put it there. Sometimes when I'm doing my own card, I can't decide where to put my bling. Okay, so we're gonna do this down flat. We're finally gonna assemble what we've worked on to the base. I tend to do the adhering to the base last because often with my layers, I like to wrap my ribbon around my layer. So I tend to do it last out of habit because it's so easy to get excited, like you've seen me do, and get a step ahead of yourself. So this is our mystery card. Are you having fun? I want you to go boop and hit the like button and just show me some love that you enjoyed this video. And have you subscribed? Have you subscribed yet? Go ahead and hit the subscribe while it's fresh in your mind as well. And I would love to have you back again and love for you to be able to find me when you subscribe. So remember to tell me if you want me to make some more mystery events, if you truly enjoyed it. And I want you guys to show me the cards you've made from our mystery event. Go on my Dee Creates Crafts Facebook page or Instagram. Use the hashtag Dee Creates Crafts, but I would love to see the cards that you've made from this mystery stamping event. I hope you've had a blast today. Today is Saturday, and we started yesterday with our binge watching. Tomorrow, Sunday at 3:30, I think it's February 27th, it is, of 2022. I'm gonna do a fun fold for you. So come back tomorrow and I've got a fun fold for you. Thanks for watching. Bye now.